Hey Steve, how are you?
I'm sleepy.
You're sleepy? Why are you sleepy? I don't want to know actually, don't tell me.
I have fucked up my sleep schedule something fierce.
As you do in the
Shocking, I
game.
know.
Um, we are back in for a brief look at Satisfactory. It's a game I've played an awful lot, as will be discussed during our Game of the Year stuff. We looked at this
This is
game.
music.
Yeah, this is the music in the game. They've added a lot of stuff to this game. So,
I don't remember there being music at the menu when we like this sort of like synthwavey sort of dark wave music.
yeah, there might have been, but they've added a lot of music to this game. We last played this game way back in March of 2020, when COVID was a boy, basically. And I have basically
You
played.
asshole.
I have played, as you can see by the hour count, 39, now 867 hours of this game since then. So a lot has changed. However, I have actually got my old save here. So I'm going to jump into my old save and I'll quickly show what the world looked like some 18 months ago, nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember like the factory being there, and you needed to like your placement of buildings and stuff was doing my head in.
Yep.
Because it wasn't all even. It was like very ramshackle, very random.
I think you'll find it a lot better now. So I've actually managed to get myself on top of this really high peak here. And if we keep over
Hey,
the top
collect
of this,
those red things.
I don't need to.
Oh.
So there is the map from this view.
How
So
the fuck did you get up there?
I built a really, really, really long ramp to get up here.
Word!
So as you can see, we've got this very, very basic setup. The space tower is what we're using to get our stuff to... Oh, there's a Christmas present. So there's a what's known as Fixmas, which is a Christmas sort of theme thing happening at the moment.
But is it still happening?
Yeah, they finish it up in a couple of days' time, so it's a bit odd that it's still going, but anyway. So you'll see those things that drop down from the sky as we play this little bit. I've actually completed the Fixmas stuff in my other save, so I'll show you that when I get in there. But so we've got some power generators here, got half a dozen generators and bits and pieces running here. Way over there, if you can see the pipe goes up through there and up over there. There's some water. Our closest water
Yeah,
thing
that was the
just...
water generation thing that we messed with. I remember that.
Yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the ass to deal
Well,
with.
you messed with, sorry.
Yeah, so this is now when we have a bit load into the next save, which hopefully won't crash between loads. It has a habit of doing that. We'll see where it goes. This map, this factory is very, very different. So you can see we have those generators. We've got a few bits and pieces here. We've got some iron ore being made there. Iron ore here. I think over here might have been copper. I think might have been coming from here.
The factory almost looks quaint.
Yeah, it does. When you look at this next, when I load in, I'm in the exact same position when I load into the new save. So we get it from pretty much the same perspective, and we'll see that it is quite a bit different. So basically, yeah, we've got half a dozen generators here. Water was coming from over here, way over the back here somewhere, and this was basically the factory. Was what we're looking at here. We had some coal coming from down there, but some iron ore and copper from there. But there's coal just down. If I just do in the photo mode, you can see there is right there in the middle of that screen. That's the miner for the coal. So that is basically the factory is rich in what we can see right here in front of us.
Where's the path that you built?
Oh, but I disabled it. I removed it. So basically, it was.
I was hoping I could see that too.
I'll build that in the next one. I'll show you. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly load into my current save. Actually, I'll just quickly go back here to just quickly show the back of the map here. They've done a few minor changes, environmental-wise as well, but for the most part, it is pretty much what we're looking at now. So I'm just going to load into the new save, and hopefully this won't crash. We'll see how we go. And we'll load into this one. Now I've actually got a bunch of mods turned on in this game, so
possibly go wrong.
We'll see how we go. But hopefully we'll get into this save pretty quickly, and then I'll go through the new layout of this factory that is now quite big, quite spread out. So I've got sort of multiple remote areas too, which we'll go and visit.
Are you given any objectives, or is this all just you just fucking around basically?
So the main objective, there's meant to be some sort of story in it. I'm not sure how they're going to do that in 1.0, but the idea is you're building parts for this big big thing they're building up in up the space elevator. You're basically feeding it parts. So I'm basically at in the level I'm at now. Hopefully the save we're about to go into. It's the very last phase of that. So I've got 2 more pieces to feed it, and then I'm quote unquote done. Not too sure if they're going to add more to it. I suspect they probably will. There's been 2 really big updates to this game since, or probably technically 3, I guess. Basically updates 3, 4, and 5. 5 only came out sort of late, sort of November-ish last year, I think it was, maybe December.
What version number is it sitting on?
I don't know what version number it is. It's not 1.0. It's still in early access.
Yeah, that's all, man.
Here we go. We are in fact loaded in without a crash. That's really cool.
Oh, it's
a bit chunky now.
It's rough.
So it'll eventually load in a second. There we go. It'll load in a second.
So you're still on the Epic Store version, aren't you?
Yeah. Yep.
Holy shit!
So there's the main factory that we've now had a big rebuild of. So the factory in this area, you can see it way up there, is 24 nuclear generators. There.
Oh, sweet. What could possibly go wrong?
So we'll go visit them in a moment. And this factory...
Is this dual layered?
This is about 3 or 4 levels of factory you're looking at here.
Holy fuck.
So this took... As I said, this takes a long time. I've still got stuff over here as well. I've got stuff there. So that's all basically iron plates being made there, copper sheets there, wire there, and a whole bunch of stuff over there.
So what's up in the corner? Sorry, the
just,
top right corner.
As in over here?
No.
No.
Not factory-wise, UI-wise. So get out of the camera.
Oh, you mean
up in the top right, there's four things.
Yes. So they're the 4 objectives for the final phase of the big project.
Yeah.
So
what is that big project?
I actually don't know what it is.
Sweet.
I think they may have mentioned it elsewhere, but I don't quite think what it is. So I've got to feed 4,000 of those things. We'll jump down to the elevator in a moment and have a look at that.
Fucking time machine. What the hell?
That I've just started to build this afternoon. That's basically going to be 5 levels of battery storage. There's 400 batteries sitting in there. So that's going to be 5 levels of that. I've got some mods that make building this stuff really, really simple now. In fact, the main one I've got is one that doesn't kill me when I fall off this. So I'm going
to laugh my ass off if it's not working, you die.
So
that would have been really funny to me. Which
generally
generally says more about me than it does anything else, but still.
They've added lights into this game too. That's a relatively recent-ish thing. So this is all a bunch of internal storage I've got. More storage in under here. This is all this biofuel thing.
Are you like 4 feet tall? Or is everything else just that big?
Everything's really big. So this is now a dual length, dual height containers. This is a bunch of stuff I use. There's not really anything. There's nothing being manufactured here. This is just stuff I've been had in the past and stored down here. This is all my Christmas stuff left over from when I did all that stuff.
Jesus Christ.
So we'll just go up here. So we've got a bit of
I was literally going to ask if you could use that tube for that very reason.
Yep, it's a hyper tube, so it's a very quick way to get around places.
Isn't it something that Elon Musk was working on?
Very similar to something he was working on, yeah.
Yeah.
So more storage here.
This game just strikes me as Elon Musk simulator.
There's my Christmas tree, which is very nice. That was the whole entire goal of the Fixmas thing, was just to build that. And here's the big factory floor.
Have you got a sign that says the X many days since last accident?
No, but I should have, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you should. And how many days has it been since your last accident or catastrophe?
Yeah, well, not that long ago, actually. I mean, occasionally I fall off things.
I'm Futurama, so I'm just expecting shit to blow up randomly.
Alright, so I can now also fly. I've got a special suit called Power Suit, which is another module.
So that is a mod, not an actual feature of the...
So there is a mod, not a part of the game called a hoverboard or something that you can actually basically...
Oh, fuck yeah, a hoverboard.
What is it? A hover something? What do they call it?
Kickflips and shit.
It's that thing. Hover pack. Sorry.
Oh, that's less interesting if it's not a board.
And basically, it takes power from your power grid and lets you fly around.
Oh.
But it's not. It's pretty limited, as you said. Go to range of your power grid, and you basically don't fly. So this mod is basically allows me to fly But in some reason, you can see in the bottom corner, left-hand corner, I've got a yellow bar going down with the percent number counting down. When it gets to 0, my power soup will run out and die.
Your support ends and you pass out.
No, it just reboots and I go back again. So it's as if it's so basically, I've just got a bunch of manufacturing under here, making all sorts of bits and pieces, and most of it then goes back up into the top area where we've got all of the storage under here now.
So,
Up here.
question, and I think I've asked you this question on the actual podcast. What's the draw?
What's the draw of Minecraft? It's just building stuff and getting it all functioning and getting it all worked together and having it all seamlessly work from one thing to another to get everything linked together. It's just that.
I suppose, I haven't spent over 860 hours playing Minecraft.
No, but you've started playing Minecraft, and that's probably why you're still playing it.
To be perfectly honest, I haven't touched it since we last did a podcast.
Okay, haven't you? Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Partly, largely because of Game of the Year catch-up, but I've still been playing a bunch of Apex too. So
okay, yeah. Yeah, so they've added signs into the game.
PvP, so you're gonna have some dude run up.
No, sadly not. So yeah, basically I've just got a whole bunch of stuff being made on.
But you got like a storage facility for your trash.
Now these ones, they're empty. So that's why they're empty. Empty containers.
Oh.
Versus
I thought it just said because I had a bin there. I'm like, oh,
that's my
where you put all the shit you're throwing out.
That's what this goes into. This is this awesome sink, which is basically you've got extra stuff you can chuck it into here, and you'll get.
Did you just say awesome sink?
That's what it's called, awesome sink.
Okay.
And you get these coupons from it, and the coupons allow you to buy stuff from this. It's really framey at the moment. You buy stuff.
Yeah, that was really framey. What was going on there?
Yeah, this he struggles a little bit with some of the mods being turned on, I think. So this awesome shop is where you can spend those coupons to buy little upgrade materials and stuff like that.
Again, just another throwback to Futurama with the kids naming their delivery company Awesome Express.
Yeah.
Graham is essentially a 12-year-old. Good to know.
Yep. So this is all new. Well, a lot of this factory is new, also compared to so this whole
pretty much 98% of it's new. What are you doing?
So under this is now this is all steel beams and pipes over through here. This is a massive belt way to get belts all the way through to the area over that big factory.
God damn!
This has taken hours and hours to build. Having said that, I'll quickly do one very quick thing.
I just do not have the intelligence or the patience to just do this shit.
One of the really good mods I've got is called a smart mod. It allows me to basically do this. You need
smart mods.
I can basically now do this.
Okay.
And that will basically build that.
Yeah, the further out it goes, it got a bit framier then.
Yeah. So it takes a fair bit to make it go framey, but so you can actually build pretty big platforms and stuff pretty quickly now. Got trains. Yeah. That's a new thing that's been added. Trains. So let's keep going.
If you're just going to point out all the new things since the last time we did a video on this, we're going to be here for fucking 3 hours. And this is new, and this is new. Hang on, stand still for a second.
Yeah.
Why are these belts so fast?
Because that's how fast they go. So that's the fastest.
Oh, that's not a mod. That's just
that's the fastest belt they've got.
The shit that's literally on that second one. Yeah, that one right there.
One there.
The second one from the left. The material's not even moving.
Yeah, because it's backed up, so it's not even. So it's not even getting anywhere. So that's why it's just sitting there.
I was going to say that's really funny. I thought it might just be a graphical thing.
No. So this is nitrogen gas. So I've got train. That's what that train had. That train is coming from all the way over here. From there.
Jesus Christ!
So the train goes into there, dumps its load off there, and pipes it up through to here. Because we need gas to.
Wait, what were those 4 little pipe outlets for? Or do you have them fed into something else?
They're just future planning, basically.
Oh, okay.
That's just my spacing, so I know what I'm doing.
Future proofing.
Yep. So we come through here. I'm going to start getting radiation poison in a second because one of the belts here is that green one.
Radioactive.
Is uranium, media for the, not surprisingly, for those big generators.
How do you feel about Imagine Dragons, just quietly?
I was actually listening to them the other day. I don't mind some of their stuff, but for all intents and purposes, not really my thing.
Yeah. That song they did with Kendrick's alright.
So here is 12. So you probably saw we had 6 generators in the last factory, in that little one we went into. At one point, I basically moved. So where we are now is basically where the water was coming from.
Oh, are you still doing that?
No, I moved to.
You are so fucked.
No, I'm fine. So my suit protects me from this.
Oh.
So what I ended up doing at one point was building about 70 coal generating power plants in basically where this area was.
That sounds like a pollution nightmare.
Oh, this is nuclear power, so it's even worse. But
isn't nuclear technically cleaner than coal?
I think it probably is, but I think to get to that, to manufacture it, takes more work.
And the nuclear waste part, obviously.
Yeah, so I'll show you the nuclear waste in a moment.
Sweet.
So,
are you dumping that out into the wildlife?
No, sadly I can't.
Fuck! You can't miss the burns. This shit.
No, sadly no.
Yeah.
So each one of these generators needs a lot of water. There's another row up the top there, so I've got this really fancy.
Go back up where you were for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Turn to the right.
To the right.
No, you've gone a little bit too far. That pipe network up against that wall.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, that. Did you have to build each of those individual pipes?
So this took me a long time to build because it goes up around there.
Fuck that.
And then it feeds into each of those generators on the top. But yeah, essentially, so each of those, you can see just there the cursor is. That's a join. That's a little pipeline support.
Yep.
And there's another one just there. So you've got to build the pipe between each one of them.
Oh, Jesus
But yeah,
Christ.
but essentially that built a long time to build all that, and then it goes up along there, and then as we go along here, I need to be very careful in here because if I run out of my suit, I will die real quick. So I'm just going to sit here.
You could have played Dying Light 2 1.5 times over in the time you spent playing this.
Yeah, I haven't even finished this game. Technically, we haven't finished that one.
I'm sure we'll talk about Dying Light 2 shit when we get
the
first proper one back.
So that, basically that. So all these pipes go into those ones, into there, and that's feeding in those top 12 generators.
Fucking hell!
So each one of these, so there's a set of, there's 6 generators coming in from here. All the waste comes into here, and this all basically turns it into these plutonium fuel rods, which I'm then putting into one of those awesome sinks. So that now gets rid of my waste. Up until I did that, I had quite a few containers of the stuff, which is all this stuff under here. This is all your waste, what you're looking at here. I have...
You've got a hell of a backlog of nuclear waste.
Yeah, so this is... If we go through that... They've also managed to... That's 300,000 barrels of waste.
Bury it all under a children's playground.
There's another row of it sitting there. All of it there. So there's another 700,000. Double that.
Hey, the EPA would whip your ass. Are you kidding
me? And we've got another... So this thing's about 1.5 million barrels of waste they're getting rid of here.
Sell it to the highest bidder.
So that's now being fed into this system, which is also getting rid of it. So ultimately, I'll have no more waste after a while, once this is all cleared, this backlog. But
once the backlog is
cleared. So I'm getting rid of the waste at about 120 barrels a minute. I think it's going to take like 1,000 minutes or something, like 1,000 hours to clear it or something.
So would you need to leave it running, or does it still process when the game's not running?
I could just... No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I mean, I'd have to...
So you'd have to cookie clicker it and keep it running in the background for
which I have done occasionally, just to let it do a little bit of stuff, but...
But I would wager the computational power and all that sort of deal that it draws to do that makes it not worthwhile actually doing.
Yeah, so I'm just let it catch up in the background when I'm playing the game now, so... Because I've now got things I'm doing in terms of other sort of...
Getting an inanimate carbon rod to be your employee of the year.
Basically.
Robbing Homer.
Coming up the top here. There we go. That's level plan of the generator.
Oh, your power's running out, dog.
My power's running out. Yep, there we go. So
how do you get more power for the suit?
it generates by itself. If I just stay still for a second, it'll go up. So 10, 11, it goes up by itself. So it generates itself. So there's another set of 12 generators. So yeah, I've got each one of those is 2,500 megawatts. So I've got 60,000 megawatts of power through those.
Are you at a power deficit yet, or is that just is that a surplus?
That's way surplus. Where's my power checker? I've got a little
way surplus, bro.
So if I go into
Wait,
there...
did you put a wreath on every single one of these struts?
No, it's part of the Vixmas thing. They do that to the power poles.
I wish you had hung them.
Oh god, I wouldn't. There's thousands of power
poles. That would have made it way cooler. Need to hang these wreaths just so.
Yeah, so I'm making... I've got other generators elsewhere, so I've got 65,000 megawatts being made. Just under 20...
Megawatts or kilowatts?
Megawatts.
Gigawatts.
Well, no, it'd be 6.65 gigawatts.
65,000
megawatts. So yeah, just under 24,000 being consumed. So I've got heaps of headspace. That's really cool.
So where's the DeLorean to funnel the rest of the power into?
Let's have a look. So I did have there's a factory there as well. So I built that whole thing.
Doing what?
Let's go have a look at that. So we'll run away from this factory and get away from get away from.
Are you making wine?
No, it's nitrogen.
That track on the right looks like it's just bottles of wine.
Bottles of wine. No, it's empty fluid tanks, so you can put fluid in them.
Oh.
So
you can pee in them.
Yes, well that too. So let's keep going this way.
Wait, what's that purple shit on the thing under it?
Under it? Oh, under this.
Under this.
That is raw crystal, quartz crystal.
Ah, because I was going to say that's coal or something, obviously.
Coal on top, crystal on the bottom.
Crystal, bro.
So over there's nitrogen gas coming from a platform over there somewhere. Going into what's known as a packager. So this thing here is packaged nitrogen gas. And these are the empty ones going back into their sort of big recycling thing, sort of thing.
So is there like a narrative, like, how is this set up as like?
So they have talked about a story, but I'm not too sure how they're going to do it. So the idea is that you are just an employee of this company called Fixit.
Yeah.
And then
did you happen to stumble across this planet and
you were sent down to this planet to monitor its resources to build the things for the big space elevator project. That's basically the basics of the whole thing. And that's it. And that's
is this a charted planet, or is this one that you stumbled across, or?
I think the way it's like 18 months ago since I started the actual thing. Yeah. I think it was an uncharted planet sort of thing. So So this is some aluminium ingots being made here. Little minor factory I had here. There's a whole bunch of oil over here. This is why it's while I've got this stuff here, which actually not even using anymore. So I was making rubber and plastics here. So I'm not making.
And you're just like, oh fuck that.
I had so much rubber sped up. Actually, had like 2 million of this stuff, so I actually stopped making it. It's now almost just about empty, which is good. So I'm going to start making it.
So can you sell shit?
No, you can't sell it. You can put stuff into that awesome thing, so anything you can get rid of it. And you can't get rid of everything either. So there's a big platform I put up there.
Where? Oh! Yeah, right. So when you put stuff in that awesome sink, do you get any currency or anything back for that, or is that just a means to delete shit?
So you get...
It looked like shit was falling down there.
Yeah, that was the Christmas present when they explode, they do that. So the awesome sinks give you these coupons. That's all you get out of it. Yeah. And the number it takes to get one is like like it gets higher, much, takes way more to get one.
Is there stuff being fed into that?
At the moment, that one, no, it was an overflow from this process.
I was going to say, that number's just dropping as you're looking at it.
Yes, so those plutonium pellets at the factory where the generators are, that's making that number go down. Because they're feeding into that one.
Well, you can only print 8 coupons.
Yeah, but I've already got like 200 in another storage location. So when you first start doing this, the number goes up really quickly. But then to make a coupon after that, you've got to have a lot more each time. So, there's my little power generator checking thing. That little guy there, that tells me how much. So I've got 65,024 using. There's a mod. This little guy's a mod to do that.
Okay.
This is also a mod. This little teleporter. So let's teleport back to. We'll go to.
How many teleport spots have you set up?
A whole bunch of them. You'll understand
hell.
why in a moment. So let's go to the.
Oh yeah, because the thing's huge.
Yeah, it's also really spread out. This is a new factory I built. So now we are
Different biome.
over here. We started down here. Now we're over sort of this area.
Zoom that map out a bit further.
Oop,
Like, is there a way to completely zoom that map out to see the complete space of the?
Yep, there we go.
So there's still a lot of landmass that you haven't.
Oh,
or is
yeah.
the rest of it just water?
All the grey, sort of grey browny stuff, that's land. Obviously the water's water.
The
And
stuff that's black, obviously, you haven't gone to.
yeah, so I've explored all the map that I can. I've tried to explore more, and it actually it tries to kill me
So
if I go
this
too far.
this southeast area that's a bit more angled with a lot more black here.
Yeah,
You just can't do anything
I
there.
just can't get into there at all, and it's all
Okay.
water anyway. So yeah, just letting this thing autosave. So this is another little factory I created here. Well, minor things. This had a whole bunch of resources over here.
Sand, so you can make glass and shit.
Actually, you can. Yeah, you sort of don't make glass, but you make concrete. So.
Oh fuck!
And this is another awesome sink here that I've got. So these are all making computers. So yeah, I've got.
I thought it was making cardboard boxes for a second.
So there's some more. That's the only other set of generators I've got that are actually running. These ones.
Is there a way to see how much pollution you are actually creating?
No, there isn't, and I'm really hoping a mod does that one day because I reckon it'd be absolutely fascinating to see the black around this one and the stuff.
The extent to which you have fucked
the planet's basically fucked. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. It's global warming global warming simulator the game.
Exactly. It's just
Or 1950s global industrialization simulator.
So if I just go, there's another mod that just came out this morning, which I've only just started to use, which is this. Mind if I type in the word count? If I can type into my keyboard. This is every single item that I've got built.
Yeah.
So you can see I've got where is it?
198 assemblies.
Yeah, so I've got 461 constructors. That's a machine that makes things. Foundries, 68 of those. Assemblers, 198 of those. So yeah, the amount of things I've got that are spewing out stuff. Pollution would be absolutely dramatic.
That is the main thing I want to see now.
Yeah, I'd like to have I've always wondered about that. I don't know if it even keeps track of that stuff, to be honest. Even in game, I don't think it keeps track of it because they basically had a line in the game at one point when I started that they don't care what they do to this planet. Basically, they just want they just want the resources from it. So here's about to just hover here for a bit. So
I suppose that, again, going back to Futurama, that's kind of the concept that comes up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like mining Halley's Comet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's a whole big factory.
God damn.
So that was like 28, 40. That's just basically making that stuff over there. All this stuff feeds into here.
Are there any statistics on like the mineral composition of the planet and things like that? Like, is that randomized or is that set?
I think it's set. So, if I look...
like, is there any way to see, like, at what point are you going to drain the planet of its natural resource?
The resources don't run out; they're infinite. So you can see there. Where was I? It's just that.
Not quite industrialization simulator.
No, it's not quite because it will in fact run out. In fact, the game wouldn't function if it ran out because you wouldn't be able to do anything.
Of course it wouldn't. It would just be really interesting to get to that point.
So there's an iron ore node there, so that never runs out. You can put something on there; it'll just run forever.
Yeah.
And I've got there's a couple of coal ones over there and stuff like that.
There's a part of me that feels that's almost a little less interesting.
It is to a degree, but as I said, the game wouldn't literally function.
It wouldn't function, but like it'd be really interesting to see what it would force you to do had you used all of the resources in a specific area. Yeah. Like No Man's Sky does that too.
Yeah. This is a train that's taking coal because I've got another factory. In fact, I'll go use the teleporter again. So I've got. We'll go to there. Coal end of the line. Dunk. All right. So this is the factory. Train starts over there, ends over here.
What the fuck is all that shit?
This is another biome in this area. So.
Like floating cacti.
Yep. And here's another little factory I've started to build.
Is that music? Is that music a mod? Because it just sounds like Halo.
I think it was one of the creatures flying around. I think.
The creature flying around just sounds like the Halo music.
Yeah. So I did have those generators up and running, but I've turned them off now, so I didn't need them. So this was a whole factory I built just to make nuclear rods. No, not nuclear rods. Electromagnetic rods to be used in the generators. So that's all that's designed to do. Is for that purpose.
I think we need to put a disclaimer or a note on this video where it's like, if anyone wants to know why Graham's list for Game of the Year isn't very long, this video explains why.
I've already got that in my name of my game. I'll explain that when we do the session. But yeah, I've already got it covered.
Yeah.
And there is some more under there.
So fucking hell.
Yeah, and then not just that. Just go down here.
Hey, it's glass.
I like the glass one. It's a really neat effect. So you can actually sound it.
Is there any sort of ray tracing or path tracing or anything like that yet?
No, the only thing they've done so far is add in DirectX 12 support.
Okay.
Which is made
which gets to that.
Yeah, it gets that in a way.
I feel like turning on ray tracing for shit like this, where it's all this big, massive, seamless world, would completely tank performance.
Oh, it would. And even getting to DirectX 12 made a big difference in performance-wise. But the other thing about this game that's really the main thing is it's the simulation part of it that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like the simulation is the issue with this one, not the graphics sort of thing. So there's more stuff.
You could get like a 3080 Ti. They just got announced.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know if they'd have enough grunt to sometimes cope with this.
Well, no. And I think Nvidia said something at CES about 4080s coming.
Yeah, I think I read that too.
That's just nuts.
That's just nuts. Yeah, exactly.
When you think about how long the 10 series was around for.
Yeah, and how quickly they've gone from 20 to 30s and stuff like that, and then 30s to 40s, whatever. Yeah. So on the very top.
Is it weird that there's a sick part of me that wants to get a 4080? Oh, I'm getting like 90 frames a second in this game. That's not enough.
So up here again, I've got so here are some batteries. So now making batteries, and then the drones are probably new. I think I don't know if you've seen the drones before.
No.
So the drones will take them for the.
Can you actually fly in them?
Nah, sadly you can't. You can't. But I don't think he can. What can he do? I haven't got him going anywhere yet, so there's
so turn to your right for a sec.
Yep.
So. No, go. Actually, turn back to where you were. Sorry, back to your left.
So on the drone port here?
No. Oh, yeah, go there.
Yep.
Keep turning left. So.
What's this drone land?
See the like rocky sort of islands just off in the distance.
Yeah, can't get to them.
You can't get to them. They're just sort of like a skybox.
Yeah, you can't get to them.
Okay.
I have tried.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt.
Yeah.
That is fucking loud.
Yeah. So that's now going to take the heat sinks from here. In a minute that number will disappear. So it's just loading in there, it's loading now. And
so you don't know what else they have planned, like how many more updates they have planned before a 1.0?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've not talked about an update 6 yet, although I'm sure they've probably got one in the works, I imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not too sure what else they can sort of do for the game in a way.
I know I've asked this question. I think I literally asked this question like 15 minutes ago, but you're still on the Epic version, aren't you?
Yeah, yep.
You haven't transferred over to Steam?
No, because I would lose all my save. There's no cross save, I don't believe.
Is there no cross save?
I don't believe so, no.
They did that with... I know that Supergiant worked it with Hades to have cross save, I think. Are there Epic achievements in this?
There's no achievements in Epic. Yep. No.
Oh, there are, because a couple of games I played.
No, they haven't put them into this game yet. I don't know if they ever would, because I don't know how you would necessarily.
Because I could just see this being like one of those games that has like 400 achievements.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Actually, I'm just going to quickly check the Steam page. All right.
That's a good point. I haven't actually looked at the Steam one to see if that's got any. Yeah, I bet it would have some, I guess.
It does not have Steam achievements.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably because they don't have them in here, so they couldn't create them in the other one either. There's actually mods that turn on achievements, but yeah, I don't know how they've decided to do it. So.
The most okay. So there's an experimental update from the 18th of December. That's on like an experimental node, like where like with when PUBG had was in early access, you had the 2 different versions of that, the 2 different stems.
Yeah, so I've got that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So they've got a new update on that.
Yeah, so they've stopped basically updating in the game for the months of Christmas, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they've got
Well, which makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So they've got experimental and got this is the main early access branch. This is what the main one is. So yeah.
And as you said, there's only an update 5 outlined as a major update. There's no discussion there. Are you on their Discord?
Yeah, I am. Yep. So yeah, so where we were before, basically coming in a big circle now. That's what I've done here. So that's a train, obviously. That's nitrogen gas. That's the new thing they built, was these sort of pressure points, these sort of resource nodes. So you put that in the middle, and then these all become active. And that's all basically feeding nitrogen gas into this storage location up here.
Interesting.
Which is then trained all the way across to where we sort of started.
I keep saying it, like, this thing is fascinating, but fuck me, I mean this in the nicest way, I have no interest in playing this.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be for everyone, that's for sure.
Because, like, number one, I don't think I have the patience. I already have way too many other games to play.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, so do I. But this is what I've been playing.
Like, the intelligence and the sort of almost the engineering know-how, I guess.
The thing is, like, if you go on to, like, if you do a search for, Satisfactory factories, you'll find a whole bunch of things that put mine to shame.
Oh, I have no doubt, but like,
they've got factories that've been playing for 2,000 and 3,000 hours, and they're, really pushing. They're actually pushing the game to its absolute limits in terms of what it can.
You've got something coming through. Wait,
Yep.
You just had a monster walking through the thing.
Yep, that's the only thing. That's the only. No, he's a good one.
Oh, he's not. He just walked through your track.
He's
Didn't break it, but
no, he's allowed to.
There's a beeping horn there.
It's from
Kill it.
No, you actually can't. You actually can't kill these ones.
Oh, really?
No, they just wander through. They just wander through the environment, clip through everything.
Clip through
everything. So the other mod that I've got turned on turns off all the monsters because they're a pain in the ass.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah.
So they're a pain in the ass. So that's the mod that's turned that off.
So is there much more to show us? Or have we seen the extent of basically what? Okay, I was going to ask if you could ride things, ride the creatures. So that answers that last question. Is there anything else you want to show us, or are we basically done checking back in?
We're basically done checking back in. So yeah, that's the factory as it currently stands. I've got a lot more stuff to want to do. As I said, I'm building a massive battery farm, essentially. So if there was anything to do with my power, the battery would then kick in and power the factory, which is what all that is. That's power.
You have no need. You've got
I do. I'll do something. I'll do something that'll break my power. No doubt I'll do something. I'll do something, and then all of a sudden I won't have any power.
What?
So I better make something. So this is basically going to be.
Wait, there's just something floating.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can actually, once you build something, you can basically, like if I go, so I go and do, there's my suit just died.
Oh, nice.
So if I do that and I'll go up, there we go, I can't do that.
And then delete like all the things underneath it.
Delete all those.
It'll just leave it floating.
It'll just leave it floating.
Okay.
Like so it's just part of on the factory. That's why you can basically build this entire platform, and it's not attached to anything. It's literally floating. It's not attached to anything. It's not attached to.
I mean, technically, it's attached to the other stuff, but you don't have to set pylons or things like that.
No, you can if you want to make it look like build it yourself for aesthetics point of view, but it is not actually attached to anything.
Is that a mod feature or is that a game feature?
That's a game feature. That's just what the game does. Yeah.
All right.
So there. So there's 400 batteries in there. I've going to have 5 levels of it.
Jesus Christ, they look like Ever-Readies.
They are. The thing is, I've now got to
actually look like legit batteries.
Yeah, I've now got the thing I've got to do now that's really going to be a pain in the ass and really boring. I've got to put power cables for join each of these.
Oh, fuck that!
I've got to join them all together by manually. That's going to take a long time.
Oh, damn it!
So this is really cool. Yeah, that. You got multiple bars now. So at the bottom there, I've got one at the very bottom of the screen there. I've got 8 sort of hotbars I can use, cycle through. That's a part of the game. That's something they added, so that's really cool. Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, actually,
Right.
we'll go quickly look at the space elevator, because I'll just see if I can clarify what the whole thing's about.
The space elevator.
Elevator. So you're actually feeding the elevator in through this thing up here?
Can you ride the elevator?
Nah.
Ah.
Yeah, feeding final phase of early access. That implies that's all they're going to do. Is
Not necessarily. It could be the current final phase.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yep. So I've got to build those 2 things.
What are they?
They are a magnetic field generator. I've got to build 4,000 of those, and I've got to build 1,000 thermal propulsion rockets.
Are they easy enough to build, or are they?
So that's in a manufacturer. So that's got versatile framework, is the left-hand icon. Nuclear rods in the middle, and batteries. I'm making all of those already. Although the middle one's already been used for the generators, so that might be a bit of a tricky one. I'll have to do more of those. And then this guy is, what's the first item? Is a modular engine, turbo motor, coolant system, and fused modular frames is the last icon there of the 4. And I'm making all those already, so in theory I should be able to make them pretty easily. Although, yeah, I'm sort of just...
Go jump on top of that big rock structure. Or, no, go jump on top of the tree.
The tree? Which tree? That
Christmas tree.
I don't know if I can even get up there. What can we actually do to sit on? Maybe we can sit on the star. Let's see.
I was going to say, sit on the star.
Let's see if we can get onto the star. I'm not sure if it's going to have enough of a thing I can actually stand on. Let's see. Yep, I'm on the star. There we go. Thanks, Steve.
I was going to say, I reckon that's a pretty good place to leave it.
I'll probably do this I'll do this in another 1,000 hours and show you what we've done by then.
So in another 18 months, we'll check back in again.
Check back in and see where we've done it. Yep, exactly. maybe they've got 1.0 by then. Who knows?
Oh, who knows? Shit.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.